Actually, we are at the moment playing most boring football when we're winning the game. So I'm the most happy man in.
It is eye-gougingly dull, Alex. Arsenal.
Don't be like that. Don't be like that.
No. I mean, it's like. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Yahoo Footballing Weekly with me, Yahoo columnist Neil Humphreys. And I've got to say, before we even start, I shouldn't be biased, but I'm very excited about this one.
Absolutely. I'm Yahoo editor Chiang Kyung, and we have for us first time on our podcast,
The man.
ex-Lions International, Alex Dury. Yay. Good to have you here, man.
Thank you for having me here, guys.
Yeah.
It's only taken me 2 years to get you to come on.
Yeah, busy man.
We have a good reason. We'll talk about it in part 2. He's doing wonderful, wonderful work at Active SG, which we'll get into a bit later on. But this is the first part, and this is all about English Premier League.
what a
And
weekend.
thanks to you, we have a sponsor.
Yep. StarHub. Yeah, StarHub sponsoring us, and then, they are the official Premier League broadcaster, and then they have a lot of nice packages. So now you can get their blazing fast 10 gigabytes Gbps ultra speed broadband, Netflix premium, unlimited entertainment with this all-in-one bundle. Usual price is $219. Now it just costs $87.
Yeah. I'm annoyed now.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
genuinely annoyed because every week, I'm not just saying this, they come up with a deal that I can't have because
right.
I'm locked into something else for 2 years. So, yeah, it's a good deal. It's a great deal.
So, with this deal, you get your ultra speed broadband, your router built for performance, you get free Netflix Premium, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Premier League Plus, TV Pro Box, Sports TV Plus, Entertainment Plus, whatever choice of one ethnic TV Plus, so many things all in this bundle. Just cost you $87 per month.
What more do you want?
What more do you want?
It's half the price that I'm paying, all right? It's half.
Yeah.
Literally half the price I'm paying. What more do you want?
Ridiculously good. So go and sign up, limited time only.
Brilliant. And if you do, you'll get to see, if you haven't seen it already, absolute classics like Manchester City against Tottenham. That's what the English Premier League is about, right?
Whoa. It's
No
like
defending,
helter
back
skelter,
and forth,
whack here, whack
great
there,
stuff.
come here. Go there.
I
It's
loved it.
amazing.
The Arsenal fans upset,
Yeah.
but we'll
Yes.
get to that in a moment. What did you think of it first? Go on. Man City, Tottenham 3-3.
I must say the weekend was really good by results. I mean, two really great games. I mean, for Arsenal, it was really good results for them, for my team. But generally, I think for the freezing condition over the weekend and in the games, I think the fans on the stand and us here who was watching the games, it was like really sweating because it was the summer. Fulham was when Fulham just played last night against Liverpool was a great game also, and then City of course and Spurs was up and down. It was like so many great goals and a lot of great action, and I believe we all enjoyed the games, and this is all about what is the English Premier League is beauty of football, and unexpected things always happen.
Yeah, this is the point, right? You're a striker.
Yeah,
I know pundits and critics, they have a job to do, but I find them so boring talking about the defensive lapses in Liverpool and Tottenham and Ange Postecoglou, the risky football. Surely this is what we want, right? Why are we complaining about high-scoring games? If you look at Ange Postecoglou, he's not going to change. He's made that very clear. That's how he's going to play. Pep Guardiola, and I love him for this, he said in the press conference after the game, criticise me, I'm not changing.
Yep.
This is how I play. This is my philosophy.
Same
right?
with Klopp, man.
Same with Klopp. Not only will Klopp not change, even after Trent Alexander-Arnold made a mistake for the first goal, any other manager would substitute him. What does he do? Push him in midfield. He pushes him up in midfield to cover. I love it. If you don't like that, I don't know, go watch chess. This is what football should be.
And after years of Jose Mourinho defensive football, Italian Serie A defensive football, sometimes you can admire their football. But what you want is managers who are able to break out of this defensive kiasi mode and then just go for it, like Ange Postecoglou. How decimated by injuries the Spurs teams are. And then last week we were predicting they'll lose by 2-0, they'll lose by 3-0. And then they come in immediately 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, they score a goal. And it's just amazing to watch them somehow defy Manchester City. And that's the way it should be. I mean, go out, have a good plan to attack and stick to your philosophy. If you play defensive, you better make sure you don't fall behind, because it's hard to change your mentality from defensive to wanting to get a goal right back. But if you're playing attacking all the way, there's always a chance. And they got their rewards. 90th minute equalizer.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, as a striker, Alex, you would have loved to have played for a coach like Postecoglou, Guardiola, or Klopp, surely.
Actually, I play under the AJ, in Melbourne. He was my
Really?
coach. Yes,
Wow.
my assistant coach.
Hang on, stop the press.
Wow.
You played for Ange Postecoglou.
Yes, in 1995 when I arrived in Australia, in Melbourne, he was my assistant coach.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Same philosophy then?
No, he was assistant coach at the time. He's just coming up as a young coach. He was actually assisting the former national coach, was Frank Harrock. And I came from Europe and I met Angie, and he was playing for that club, which when I joined was South Melbourne Hellas, with the Greek club. And, he really made his way, and philosophy, which way he wanted to play. He did a great job in Australian football as a coach and the national coach. Later he moved to Japan, also did a great job, went to Scotland, as we know. And after that, and I saw him when I was here in June, and we see each other, and I spoke to him, and he said, "Well, Alex, I follow your football. You did a great. I couldn't believe it, how many goals you scored." I said, "No, you actually did it much better than me." Yeah, so it's great. Yeah,
That's amazing.
It's great. Yeah,
So-
small world. Yeah,
Small world. So
yes.
he played for that club as well, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he was
the captain.
he was a captain of
Was
the
he
South
retired
Melbourne.
by the time
he
you got
retired.
there?
Yeah, he just retired and become the assistant coach. And after that, he took over the South Melbourne and won the championship. Then he went to Brisbane, and then after that, he took a under 23, if I'm not wrong, or under 18 younger age groups, and then become a senior national coach. Won the Asian Cup and of course World Cups. He qualified World Cup. The last World Cup he qualified, I think he resigned just days before.
Yeah.
For his reason, which one is, I guess it's some political reason. I don't know what happened, but then he went to Japan. And I mean, it's great to see these kind of coaches, who, especially from Australia.
Like,
because,
they
it's
represent
not-
Asia.
Yes, represents the Asia. Plus, in Australia is not in a big, still not big in the football, still called the soccer. And he did a really great job. And
But I heard, I've read this many times, Alex, that...
he's a great guy.
Yeah,
He's a
great guy. But actually, the
Super
philosophy
cool
came from
personality.
Puskas, because Puskas
Yes,
went
Puskas
to
was in 1993 or
Melbourne
90
Hellas,
yes.
coached him when he was a
Correct.
player,
Yes.
and he developed these Hungarian coaching
Yes,
principles.
Puskas was a very attacking-minded player. He liked it because he was the number 10 in Real Madrid.
One of the
We all
greatest
know.
of all
Yes,
time.
One of
Yes,
the
correct.
best attackers also.
So I think he had a good set of the coaches around him, and after that was this Frank Harrock was also former national Australian coach. I think he learned a lot, but I think he had his own ideas how he wanted team to play, and he showed that during his stings with the national team or in Japan and Scotland, and now with Spurs. I mean, as much I don't like Spurs because I'm an Arsenal fan, but I really respect his work, and I believe he's by his personality, he's very positive guy. Laid back Australian, Greek mixture, and so it's everything. I think he respect the players, but also he's very disciplined, and people don't know what's happening behind the doors. But what I heard, but he really respect and give the players, and he liked to play attacking football.
That's brilliant.
Wonderful.
That's absolutely
Yes,
brilliant. Well, speaking of attacking football, I just want to talk a bit about Liverpool first, because I absolutely adore Trent Alexander-Arnold. I have done since he
son
came
also.
through.
My older son.
He's a fantastic footballer. He's everything you want from a footballer.
Yeah.
And I wrote the column today, which you can read underneath. Trent Alexander-Arnold, for me, is the reason why Liverpool will succeed and why England won't. I really believe that, the difference of philosophies, because how can a guy that talented, with a range of passing like you've never seen, shooting ability like we saw, 2 fabulous goals, the free kick and the last minute goal, he can barely get on the bench in the England lineup, right?
Yeah.
I know the reasons. He's got defensive vulnerabilities. If you've got a player that talented, you do what Klopp does. You build the team around him.
Correct.
And if it's not quite working at right back, what did he do? He pushed him into midfield. He brought Gomez on at right back. He put him up in the midfield alongside Gakpo. He scores the winner. It doesn't always work. Of course it doesn't always work. But Klopp takes gambles. And if you take gambles, you win.
Yeah, it depends on the coach's philosophy. If the coach's philosophy to players is to remember their good points and their bad points, see whether you can cover up or not. I mean, other teammates can help cover up his deficiencies, like in defense. That's what happens in the past.
Yeah.
And then he's given the more freer rein every time. That's how Trent managed to shine under Klopp. But it takes a while. It takes the right personnel to cover for each other in the team. And maybe Southgate feels that he doesn't have the time to, do the tactical work in the English national team to accommodate Trent Alexander-Arnold. And maybe that's why he doesn't want to. He does have options in Trippier and Kyle Walker, although not as good as Trent, but serviceable. But it also means that he misses out on Trent's qualities.
What do you think, Alex? I mean, I love him. I just think he's fabulous. I get the defensive vulnerabilities.
I believe he grew up really in the last couple of seasons as a player. I think there's a player who can play in a different position, which is very hard to find these days, that perform in whatever is a left back, right back, or midfield. It's amazing that he can do all these jobs for the Liverpool. And, he's a captain now, so he also take responsibility for the team. And, all this is also, we have to give a huge credit to the Klopp, because he's the one who, bring him, to this, what he is today as a player. Seeing last night, watching his way that he played, come and score goal, not just because goals is always important, but carrying the team, to win the game is important more than goals. But of course, goals win the games. And the goal he scored was super important because, that brought the, very important 3 points, staying in all this very close now on the top. So it's but still a long way. But unfortunately, yes, I understand. Also, sometimes national team I played, because sometimes, playing well in the league and then you go into the national team is a totally different ball game. I think that a lot of national coaches look differently game than club coaches. And unfortunately, but I believe that sooner or later he will be definitely number one in the. I think next big tournament. I think he will definitely, if he play the way he play now and carry himself the way how he carry himself in the Liverpool shirt. I believe he will be definitely
he should
first
replace
11.
Henderson in the national team now.
Yeah,
he will.
Well, put it this way: if you were in a national team and you had Trent Alexander-Arnold behind you, are you happy or not?
Of course, I'll be happy. I mean, it's like, super happy because you have a player, who can pass the good ball, crossing. He understands the game. He's fast, strong. He shoot from every kind of angles. I mean, we saw the goal he scored last night. It wasn't an easy goal. And so he's he's a totally different player than he was a few years back.
Yeah. Well, speaking of totally different players, Marcus Rashford. Now, I love Marcus Rashford. I love everything he's done off the pitch, raising all that money for poor kids. I'm from a poor working class background in England. I used to get the free school meals when I was a kid because my parents couldn't afford the school meals. It's thanks to Marcus Rashford that kids like me growing up got the free school meals during COVID. He's done wonderful things off the pitch. He's a lovely human being. But unfortunately, at the moment, it's just not happening for him, Alex. You're a striker. What's it like when you just cannot score?
I believe it's a lack of confidence. I think there's, no scoring goals as a striker is always the problem as a strikers because you are there to score goals. I think the way the Manchester United playing is doesn't really suit him, and he think he's I don't really blame him because he's so far from the goal. He's usually in the side player, whatever is the left or right. And if you're on the left side of the touchline, how far you are from the goal? You really need to be Superman to Ronaldo. There's only one Ronaldo, and Messi can dribble 3-4 players and score goal. So it's and he was like that in some games. But I think he lack of confidence, because you get confidence by as a striker scoring goals. And sometimes his goals just come so easily after you score few. At the moment, it doesn't work for him. I think that doesn't work for the Manchester United as a team. Doesn't work well. I believe there's also depend what the coach really want from him to do in the game. We don't know. We only see him and no scoring goals and no performing. But the question is, what is the coach asking him to do? What kind of job?
That's true.
And he may not even any more striker. He may be doing job for somebody else to score goals. And but I believe that he should be much more closer to the goal and a real striker. They should try him in maybe in different position, be much more closer, more direct, be more target man, not be on the side.
Yeah.
Because you have speed. You have speed, and I guess he's still missing some part of his game, but he's young, and he need really to. If he doesn't score goals, I believe. Or the Manchester United doesn't change coach, I think he will struggle this season.
But here's the thing. I mean, I've been looking at the social media TikTok for the last. From this morning, and a lot of TikToks came out all condemning Marcus Rashford for not tracking back.
You can see that.
There's a clear video. There's a clear footage of him not coming. And then Jamie Carragher said it on after the match. The Sky Sports. He was saying that people like Rashford, like himself last time, Jamie Carragher, it was like Steven Gerrard, they are local lads. They're born and raised in Liverpool and Manchester. And because they are local lads, the fans view them that when things are not going well on the pitch, like Manchester United right now, it is Marcus Rashford who must set an example to run back, to put in all his effort into running, into trying to lift the team up from the current situation. And by him not doing that, seemingly not doing that, I don't know, maybe he's under instruction not to track back, but while all the Old Trafford watching him not doing that, and then they get very angry because they are still cheering for the club, and you are not running back, not like maybe Wayne Rooney would do, or maybe people like Gary Neville, Paul Scholes, they will always come track back and do their dirty work, and that's the thing about him that's probably disappointing more fans more than ever right now. He's not like the body language is not right.
I'd agree with both of you, but listening to you talk and listening to the guys on social media, I am now beginning to think, you might disagree, that Erik ten Hag is not much more of an upgrade on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, right? Because when Solskjaer came in, he was going to revolutionise the way they play, but he didn't have the players, right? Ten Hag is coming in and doing exactly the same thing. I'm going to play like Manchester City and Liverpool. I'm going to play out from the back. I'm going to have fast wingers. I'm going to have a goalkeeper who can play with his feet. So he signs Onana, who's having a nightmare when the previous fella, whatever you think, I'm a David De Gea fan, always a solid shot stopper. He made the odd mistake, but fantastic reflexes, right? You're trying to play like City or Liverpool without the wingers to do it. You don't have the players. Marcus Rashford isn't that player. Martial isn't that player. So I agree he should track back. He should run back. He's playing out of position. He's fed up. If you look at Newcastle, what Eddie Howe has done with Almiron and Gordon, complete opposite. Yep. Gordon on the opposite flank is running all day long. He's motivated. He's inspired. He's working for a coach who knows his strengths. Erik ten Hag doesn't seem to know what he's doing. He doesn't seem to know what he's doing anymore.
I agree. I mean, the fact that he tries to put square pegs in round holes, and it's just, I mean, it feels like, I mean, obviously he has some injury problems, but it's just two different worlds from last year and this season. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I believe also it's not easy to be coach of the Manchester United. I think it's a huge pressure for the coach and also for the players too. So it's I must say that they actually doing well at the moment. They scrapped some games. They won in and out, but they're still up to the top.
But they're not against anyone in the top half.
Yeah, that's the truth. They never won against the top half. So that's the worried sign. But I believe he will definitely. Or he will be out in January, or he will get some really big signing again. I mean, you can see there's Sancho is also out, still out. Nobody knows where is this boy.
Yeah, well, when Antony comes on and is an improvement on Rashford, then you know things are bad because Antony is.
I think there will be few changes in January, as usual in what happened in English Premier League.
More importantly, they need to get players out.
Yeah, some need to be in and out. Yeah, definitely, I agree that, but. Yeah.
Well, Ten Hag is no Mikel Arteta, and you are an Arsenal fan, so come on, this is your moment. Are Arsenal going to win the league?
Actually, we at the moment playing most boring football when we're winning the game. So I'm the most happy man in.
It is eye-gougingly dull, Alex. Arsenal.
Don't be like that. Don't be like that.
No. I mean, it's like
we win the game. That's most important. Yes,
it is.
We are. Honestly, I think we control the games. We love to, as usual, Arsenal pass the ball. It's very boring to be honest. I myself also as a player, I thinking, oh my God, it's so boring. But we win the games.
They're winning.
Yes, we're winning. Somehow we're scoring goals. The players who never score goals also start now scoring goals. My German striker. Yes, which is good sign. But I definitely believe that Arteta will go also for some signing he need to sign. I think I definitely need one striker, I believe, and maybe one more defender, if I'm not wrong. Because our squad is still very thin. Yeah. And as we know, the December is coming when there's so many games and they are in Champions League and there's, January is a crucial months of EPL and the way they play. At the moment, I'm not worried because we are in top, but as usual, Arsenal is always will choke somewhere. I hope not this time, but we did it last season, and because also with the thin squad, hopefully, I don't know. I really hope we will, stay like this. At least, sometimes boring football also win the games, and that's most important. Sometimes, no choice.
Yeah.
Sometimes no choice.
Arsenal will bore everyone to death.
Yes.
Now, and
Speaking of Arsenal.
No, I just want one point on this because Han Kyung and I, on this show, we cannot solve this mystery. Okay? You're an ex-striker.
Yeah.
Who is Kai Havertz? What is Kai Havertz? What is his purpose? What does he do?
Actually, I heard you. I think you did a talk about him before.
Yeah.
Your
Well,
show,
you're a
so
striker.
I was listening. Yeah. I also question myself also what actually his best position in the team. I mean, he's a player who can play many positions, but I definitely don't believe that he's a striker. He's something what Thierry Henry was before Arsene Wenger. He was playing everywhere and didn't really perform until Arsene Wenger make him to become striker. As you remember, when he was in Juventus, went to Juventus, then he came back he couldn't really score any goals.
Yeah.
And suddenly he became best striker in the world. And I was hoping for this guy also to happen, but so far it doesn't work.
Difficult.
But he's I think he's maybe attacking kind of behind the. Supporting the strikers but he's not even number 10. But I have to give him a credit for the hard working. He's a hard working guy. Doesn't complain when he's sitting on the bench and he come in and play whatever minutes he play.
Yep.
And I think this is what is Arteta is really pleased with. Having this kind of player in the squad who is come in, give the best.
Yeah.
Whatever minutes he play, now finally he's scoring goals. I hope he'll get some confidence.
Well,
you never know. You never know. We'll see.
I'll say something controversial.
Yeah.
I don't think Kai Havertz is Thierry Henry.
Oh yeah,
That's not controversial.
that's not controversial. That's easy to say.
You made the comparison.
I was hoping that he will be one day.
I doubt it. But someone who has surprised me and surprised you, I'm sure, your former Arsenal manager, Unai Emery. What he's doing at Aston Villa this season is absolutely extraordinary.
It's amazing. Now they're fourth in the table.
Yep.
And, unbeaten at home, 100% at home. Won all their matches at home. Villa Park has then become a fortress already. And then, it's like a world's difference from when he was when we was Arsenal. We used to, in retrospect, it's pretty cruel. We used to make fun of his accent, his Spanish accent, and then ridicule his football, his tactics when he's supposed to be a very, very good tactician. Now, in retrospect, now that he's doing so well, and Arsenal are coming up, they are facing Arsenal, I think, during the weekend. Next weekend.
Coming up soon.
So it's a great revisit to him. You can revisit him when how good he was. I think he was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Correct.
He was taking over Arsene Wenger, and obviously Arsene Wenger is far more, shall we say, politically savvy. He knows how to navigate amongst the Arsenal backroom board and stuff, and did it for 20 over years. Unai Emery tends to be a bit more tactical wise and then a bit more focused on tactics and football. He doesn't care about what's happening in the Arsenal boardroom, and and in the end that in that situation the Arsenal boardroom was also going through a lot of changes, and he was eventually became sort of like a political victim to Arsenal. But now he's in Aston Villa. He's given a lot of free rein to do what he wants. And now the Aston Villa team is like, wow, doing so well. And you struggle to name a good player from us that Villa side. Maybe Ollie Watkins.
Yep.
But the rest, I can't remember.
I think he's done a marvellous job. Unai Emery really fell victim to the David Moyes syndrome.
Yeah.
He followed a club legend. So whatever he did was going to fail, right? I didn't realise now, I looked this up, his win record at Arsenal was actually better than George Graham's. And George Graham won the title with Arsenal, right? So that's number one. He's gone into Aston Villa after success everywhere else.
Sevilla,
PSG,
Villarreal.
correct? Sevilla, Valencia, and so on. He's gone in here. They were 4th from bottom, Villa, when he took over, like you said. First thing he did, fix the defence. They've got one of the best offside traps in the league. Statistically, they catch everybody every single time. Even though he plays quite high defensively, he still catches them out. Ollie Watkins is now Ollie Watkins is now an England player. Scored a fantastic goal again in the last minute. We did underestimate Unai Emery. And to Unai Emery, I am sorry. Good evening. No more making fun of Unai Emery. He did a good job, Alex. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that he's just unlucky when he came in Arsenal. Really,
Yeah.
I think what we just mentioned is was wrong timing for him to be there.
Yep.
When was he couldn't manage could manage the team, but he couldn't manage the club and the boardroom. So they, after that, he came in Aston Villa. I remember, and what you mentioned, it was bottom of the table. I thought personally he will struggle there because, I also can't even mention one name of the Watkins is only one, he's doing great job. Sometimes coaches like that, but he have a history of the results. He won so many UEFA Cup with the Sevilla. He won so many games. He have that, and sometimes, coaches come in the wrong time in the wrong, club and pay the price. But he never really affect him as a coach. He come back again in EPL, took this club, it was a risky job, to be honest. And Aston Villa is not like one of the biggest club, and I made them now like really top 4 team, like one of the biggest clubs, and it's great to see these kind of coaches, they doing so well. I really admire his work.
Fantastic. Well, do you think that he can go all the way and qualify for the Champions League with Aston Villa? Send all your comments to
Yahoo Southeast Asia on YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo_MY on Twitter, Yahoo SEA on TikTok.
And finally, a quick word on the Euros. The draw was made this week for the groups. England, easy groups, relatively.
Slovenia, Denmark, and Serbia.
Yep.
Quite easy,
Serbia is there. I don't think so, because Serbia also was very lucky to qualify. So they should be happy they are there.
Yep. And obviously the group draw, I think there are 2 groups which are a bit tougher, and I think they got 2 great matches to watch out for. First of all, France versus Netherlands in the group stage. They are in the same group with Austria and one of the playoff winners. So France versus Netherlands will be a wonderful game to watch. The other one is Spain versus Italy. They're also in the same group.
Yeah.
That is probably a group of death, because it also has Croatia, which are no pushovers. So I think we'll see. We'll see next June, which will be a good Euro 2024.
Okay, final word on your homeland. Bosnia, Herzegovina, they're in the playoffs. Can they qualify?
Yeah, that's the best thing at the moment Bosnia can do, is just a hope for just to be in this kind of qualifiers for just to get in the. I think they will be tough. Depends who they get in. At the moment, they're not doing well. I mean, they lost last game against Liechtenstein. Sava Milosevic, I mentioned, is your former player from
Aston Villa.
West Ham.
West Ham.
He was in West Ham, So the team is Bosnian team is very changed now. There's youngsters there. There's only Dzeko is left, and so I think they will. I hope they will. They for sake of football. I think for Bosnian football, it'll be great to see them in to qualify. But it depends who's going to be opponent.
Well, I hope they do as well as your boys at Active SG, which we're going to talk about in part 2, where we get stuck into all things Singapore football. Until then, thanks for watching. Alex, thanks for being on.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all in part 2. Take care.